Are you looking for finding an EMR healthy home? Are you looking for a new home to buy or rent? Would you like a home that will have low electromagnetic fields? Hello, I'm Lynn McLean, Director of EMR Australia, and I have some tips that will help. Did you know that most people worry only about what they can see? For example, a mobile phone tower nearby or a high voltage power line. But you also need to think about the things that you can't see. For example, wiring behind the walls or under the floor, or an underground power line under the footpath outside the home. Sometimes people worry about what they find on an internet database like this. But looking up a database and finding there's a base station near the home doesn't tell you about exposure. It doesn't tell you which direction the signal is travelling, how strong the signal is, what's coming from your neighbours, what's coming from your wiring, what's coming from other sources near your home. So what do you need to consider? Here are 4 things we suggest that you should be looking for. Now, the first and most important thing that you need to be looking for is what magnetic fields are in the house. Magnetic fields come from anything electrical, for example, power lines or from wiring. Now, they're important because they're very hard to shield. If you have high magnetic fields from a power line, there's no practical way of shielding these. If you have high magnetic fields from wiring faults, it can be difficult and expensive to fix them. You can check out the magnetic fields in the house you're interested in with our PF5 magnetic field meter. The second thing that you need to look out for is whether any of the walls or rooms in the house that you're interested in have been shielded. You can tell if a room has been shielded because there will be a plate like this located close to the power point. It's important to know if a room's been shielded because one that has been shielded should never have any wireless equipment in it. The radiation from these devices will reflect on the shielded surface, potentially increasing exposure to the people inside. A third thing you can check is what levels of radio frequency or wireless radiation are in and around that home. You can't tell this by looking, as we saw. You actually need to measure. You can do this with our acoustimeter, the AM11, or our Acousticom 2. To make sure you're measuring only radiation from external sources, you'll need to make sure that all wireless devices inside the home are turned off during the testing. The fourth thing you need to do is check out what fields come from your own equipment. It's no use buying or renting a perfectly safe home and filling it with equipment that will expose you and your family to high fields. You can check the magnetic fields from your equipment with our PF5 meter, and you can check the radio frequency radiation with our Acousticom 2 or our AM11 acoustimeter. By taking these 4 steps, you'll have confidence that you and your family are living in an EMR safe home and have the optimal environment for health and well-being. If you found this tip helpful, please visit our website emraustralia.com.au for more great ideas about how to reduce your exposure to electromagnetic radiation.